Good day, children. Today I want to take up the next topic, and this is wit and humor. Children, I expect you must be well acquainted with these two words, wit and humor. But it may also be possible that you might not be knowing the terms. So it's very necessary for me to define what is wit and what is humor. Children, wit is a term which is very significant and is used in our day-to-day life very easily. We use these terms in such a way that we don't exactly know whether we have used these things in our expressions. Still, sometimes it gets tough to answer what is a wit or what is a humor. Before I come exactly to your worksheet, I would like you to understand it. Wit is the ability for inventive thought and quick understanding. In Hindi, there is a term pratyutpanna matitva, answering quickly and very intellectually. You must have heard the name of Tenali Rama, Birbal. They were well-wit persons. So this is what you have to understand, that wit is the capability for inventing any idea, any answer quickly without losing even a second or 2 seconds. Now it may be possible you might be intending to know the example. I want to give you an example of a great writer, G.K. Chesterton. He was a great literary person of his time. He had his friend Hilary Belloc. Once what happened that he was passing through a bridge, and that bridge was very narrow. He himself was very heavy, and so it was not possible for both the persons to pass that bridge, especially when they were coming from two sides at a time. And you know, since both of these persons were literary ones, they were very witty, and for that reason Hilary Belloc said, I do not allow the ass to pass. This G.K. Chesterton said, it's alright, I allow. Children, I don't know whether you understood the meaning or not, but when G.K. Chesterton's friend made him an ass, he also made him indirectly an ass. If he said, I don't allow the ass to pass, he said, but I allow. What is the meaning? That I allow the asses to pass. This is how the answer was definitely very much interesting, and so this is cited as an example of wit every now and then. The next term is humor. Humor is again a very interesting word. It stands for creating a kind of a smile, a laughter. But if you have to define it, how will you do it? if I have to define, I'll define it as humor is the quality of being amusing or comic. When something is expressed in a very humorous way, comic way, we call that expression humor, and the person who uses it, he is called humorous. There are many examples of it. There are kinds also, various kinds of humor, but I don't want to go deep because you are in the standard 4, and simply knowing the definition is enough. The quality of being amusing or comic is known as humor. Now again you would like to know at least one example, and so I have an example for you. Suppose once a literary person said, "What do you call an alligator wearing a vest?" When a literary person asked the other, that person was also a literary one, and to some extent he was his friend. When he asked, "What do you call an alligator wearing a vest?" the next one answered, "An investigator." Why the investigator? Because he himself was investigating about something. So this is how the things are expressed in this way. Sometimes humor happens to be very invective. The same is applicable to it also. It too may be a kind of insult. Humor is also to some extent very close to wit, but wit is intellectual expression, while humor must have comicality, laughter or smile in it. This is what is very important. There are very humorous, many humorous persons. For example, in standard 8, there is a chapter, The Luncheon. There, the lady caused the writer to spend all of his money, and at the time of her departure, she said, "Remember, don't eat too much." The writer answered, "I won't eat at all tonight. I won't eat at all tonight." Why? Because he didn't have even a single paisa in his pocket. This is how wit and humor are very significant aspects in literature. Now children, come to this introduction part, where you have a question, you have to answer this question. Here are some pictures of little Nitin taken from the family album. Choose suitable words from the given box to indicate the expressions. Now you can understand very well that this first face is showing you that he is crying. First picture is that of a crying child. The second is very happy, so this is laughing. The third you can understand which face is in the middle of all the four faces. From the very face, it appears that he is very much angry. And the next 4 number, you can understand very well how what he might be doing. You think he must be worrying. The fourth one is worrying, and the last one is sad. This is how you have to understand from facial expressions the feelings, the sentiments of the people you have to face with. Now next, see and smile. They say I am growing fat. You must have understood who is this cap creature. He is octopus. Octopus has many of its arms. So this octopus is talking to the fish. They say I am growing fat. In order to reduce your weight, you must feed yourself with one arm only. What is the response of this fish? In order to reduce your weight, you must feed yourself with one arm only. If one arm is eaten up, then automatically the weight will decrease. Now next, doctor, please help me. A dog has bitten me on my leg. Doctor, please help me. A dog has bitten me on my leg. Oh, it's 8:30. I am about to close my clinic. Now the doctor goes ahead. Don't you know that my working hours are from 5 to 8? What is the answer of this child, you see? I do, doctor, but the dog beat me at 8:15. You can understand very well that if the dog beat at 8:15, how could the child come before 8:15? And by the time he reached, must have taken 15 minutes. So he reached to the doctor at 8:30. So this is how the comical situations have to be created and answered. The doctor asked, the doctor informed him that his working hours were only 5 to 8. The patient said, but he was beaten at 8:15. So this is how you have to fill up in the gaps to give a witty answer so that the doctor may not have any next question to ask. So this is how you can be a well-wit man, well-wit student. And if you try to create some humor, then you will be called a humorist. So this is how, children, you have to understand these terms. Go on doing something for yourself, and definitely you will be, very intelligent students. So thank you. By the time we convene again,